So can we take a minute to celebrate the arrival of Attorney General Merrick Garland? And then let's talk about what bit of justice we think he should tackle first. Because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So did you see the video this morning of Attorney General Merrick Garland arriving at the Department of Justice for day one to the cheers and the applause of the Department of Justice employees who have now been delivered from the unethical desert that had been created by Bill Barr? Can we take a minute to celebrate the arrival of Attorney General Merrick Garland? I think we've earned it. And then let's turn to the more serious question of what do we believe his justice priorities should be moving forward? But let's start with a celebration. You know, I was watching across the social media platforms today, and there was such an outpouring of appreciation and relief and joy at the fact that we now have a law-abiding, law-enforcing Attorney General who will work on behalf of we the people, instead of working on behalf of a failed businessman and an aspiring dictator. And as I was watching so many of our Team Justice friends on Twitter, for example, you know, I saw this by DJ FM V 2.0. He put the video clip of Merrick Garland arriving at the Department of Justice to Metallica music, and I have to admit, when you watch it, it was pretty badass. It was pretty perfect, and it inspired lots of responses. This from Stephanie. She said, "I was surprised at how emotional it was, seeing him, Merrick Garland, go to work for us. And now the theme music, Metallica, makes it perfect." Deneen said, "I did a little dance, and I shed a couple of happy and hopeful tears. AG Garland, music to my ears." Carlene said, "That just made me smile and sent a wash of relief across my entire being. It's so good to see him," Merrick Garland, "walk into the People's Department of Justice." And Angela simply said, "I cried just a little. So what? I was happy." And then one more, because this is one of my favorites. The great Jane Lynch tweeted out, "I'm at the airport for the first time in over a year, watching Glenn Kirshner too extol the merits of Merrick, and I'm giggling and chortling with delight." So I'm not ashamed to say that the day I made the great Jane Lynch giggle and chortle with delight, it was a pretty good day for me. But let's turn to the serious. Not that we're done celebrating, but there's a whole lot of justice to be done. What does Merrick Garland do on day one? What does he tackle first? What are his priorities? Does he spend today reviewing the unredacted Mueller report to see what portions of it he can release to we the people so we can more fully see what crimes Donald Trump committed as president? Does he authorize the federal prosecutors at the Southern District of New York U.S. Attorney's Office to finally bring the charges for the conspiracy that Donald Trump was in with Michael Cohen to violate campaign finance laws, to set up sham shell corporations to pay off playmates and porn stars, to bury deeply damaging information, hiding that information from the voters, depriving the voters of the full value of our vote, basically trying to steal our vote by committing campaign finance crimes? Does he instantly authorize those charges to finally be brought because those charges are strong? Does he turn his attention to Donald Trump's bribery and extortion of President Zelensky? Does he dig into Volume 2 of the Mueller report and look at the 10, count them 10, felony obstruction of justice charges that were meticulously documented by Bob Mueller's team? Those charges are ready to be proved in court. Does he take on Donald Trump's witness tampering of Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch? Donald Trump tweeting out intimidating language while Ambassador Yovanovitch was testifying before Congress. Or maybe he turns his attention to the countless obstruction of congressional inquiry crimes committed by Donald Trump when he told all of his executive branch officials, do not comply with lawfully issued congressional subpoenas. Does he take on the insurrection? Does he take on the hundreds of thousands of preventable COVID deaths for which Donald Trump and others bear legal responsibility? So much justice to be done. But I believe to my core that now, more than ever, we can say with confidence, justice is coming, and justice matters. And folks, while I have you here, can I mention one more time that we've drafted a letter to all 50 state attorneys general, CC'd to the governors, urging them to open investigations into the preventable COVID deaths in their states. Because I believe, based on the evidence, that Donald Trump and Mike Pence and Jared Kushner and perhaps others have liability for those preventable COVID deaths. So if you are interested in joining our efforts and our movement to try to hold Trump and company accountable for those COVID deaths, please consider signing the letter, adding your signature. We have thousands of people who have signed. Residents from all 50 states have already signed the letter. The easiest place to find it, just go to Twitter, Glenn Kirshner 2, at Glenn Kirshner 2. It's my pinned tweet. You'll see the letter, and you'll see a link where you can go and add your name to the growing list of signatories who are demanding that the state prosecutorial authorities and the state attorneys general open investigations into preventable COVID deaths. It's easy to sign. You go to the link, we ask like 3 questions: your name, your state of residence, your zip code, and an email address, which we will never give to anybody. And it will take all of 60 seconds to add your signature to the letter. Because, folks, I was a homicide prosecutor for decades, and death is different. Crime is horrendous, but death is different. And Donald Trump and company created needless pain, suffering, and death with the way they handled the COVID pandemic. And now there needs to be accountability. So if you choose to, please add your name to the letter, and we're going to be mailing it out in the coming days to all 50 state attorneys general, CC'd to the governors. Of course, you can also find Team Justice over on patreon.com. If you want to go, if you want to sign up, you can become a patron. If you do, I'll send you some Team Justice stickers and a personal handwritten note of thanks. But you don't need to go to patreon.com and sign up to sign the letter. Just go on Twitter. It's accessible. It's free to everybody. And consider adding your name to the list of signatories demanding that Trump and company are held accountable for what they have done to the American people. As always, folks, please stay safe. Please stay tuned. And I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.